couple, so that do well against spiders other than like Grimstroke, so that part's kind of weird. So dealing with the Brood is going to be a little bit of an issue. It looks like they are going to lane Quap against it, just because she is pretty difficult to die. Like, she's not going to die to Brood, most likely. She could get out harassed, for example, but that should be fine. I'm also really excited to watch how the Grimstroke 3 ends up working out, because I've played this lane in pubs before, and it's kind of fun just because you can basically blast waves constantly, and because the offlane has a lot more avenue for just like blasting waves, so you just end up getting pretty farmed, and maybe he'll be able to do a similar thing that Grimstroke's do in the mid lane while being protected by a Nyx.
The battle begins.
Sounds like a pretty good reasoning to me. Runes are up though, so Bad will steal it from right underneath Smiling Light's nose, but will be able to just walk away.
It is a little dangerous, though. I mean, he's got a Nyx to protect him, so this is a solid dual lane for playing Grimstroke 3. But, and Chen is not really the best pressure hero, but hypothetically, if Monkey King gets his special Orb of Corrosion at a good speed and gets on top of Grimstroke, Grimstroke's in a bad spot, because he's really slow. 290 movement speed, he can get ran at, so Nyx might have to spend a lot of time in the lane, which could be a bit of an issue.
Seeing a bit of harass trading back and forth here in this mid lane. Of course, Quap, you know, like we said, does seem pretty good against the Broodmother, and the fact that she can just go and blink away. And also, you know, she will have more AoE wave clear as the game goes further on.
She's doing a great job right now, just abusing the fact that her hero is definitely stronger at fighting. She has like 10 raw damage over Broodmother. She has more armor than him. And with Shadow Strike, obviously, lots of harassment. But Brood's got a billion mangoes over here and a nice spin web. So good luck on cutting through that fully.
You know, you got to treat your mom to a fruit basket every once in a while. So clearly, you know, she's got all the fruit in the world, is ready for whatever is coming at her. So you're taking a decent amount of damage here from Miposhka. Has been trying to, you know, pull that wave. Doesn't have a salve, though, I believe, on him. I believe he just has the tangos. Yeah, actually having to chew through them early because Miposhka shot a laser beam in his face when he was going over to the mid lane. And a little bit of playing behind the tower here, too, coming out from Tashara and Yatoro.
And Miposhka doing a really good job there, preventing him from doing any, like, really solid pulling here. Morphling does get some of his last hits under tower, but Bloodseeker doing a good job here. Clockwork did skill Rocket Flare to secure the range creep because he couldn't come up and contest it otherwise, so he won't be much of a threat, at least until level 2, maybe level 3 now. So we'll see if he gets value out of his hero.
I think Miposhka's pretty happy with this. We'll be able to go land another Illuminate. He's sitting so very low.
Yep. He knew he's going to go try to block the small camp, so gets an easy blast on him. Yeah, Miposhka doing great so far. Rough one for Clockwork, out of regen, moving around. He is going to Sentry Ward the Observer Ward. This is probably predicted because of the fact that Miposhka had blasted him before the runes spawned in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird Illuminate, so gets the little payback there.
Always feels good when you can get a little bit of revenge. So you're just going to go suicide to the tower. Was out of regen anyways. Might as well go over there. Top lane, though. Nice setup coming out with that Ink Spell. Smiling Knight trying to get off enough, but it's not going to be enough because So Bad will draw the first blood.
And that's what's cool about this dual lane. Like, Nyx is a perfect combo with Grimstroke. You Ink Spell the Nyx, who's got boots, and then you land your Stroke of Fate, and then you have another disable afterwards with Impale. So they've got tons of disables, and because Chen isn't a conventional fight to the death hero, he's a win the lane hero, they can just force fights on the Monkey King here. And if they can continue to pressure in this way and get Monkey really behind and buy like a faster boots on Grimstroke, then the threat of them dying is not very strong, and they should be able to win this lane. But kind of comes down if they can get a couple more kills like this.
Does that kind of lock people into the lanes then as well? You know, the fact that, I mean, you have the Clockwork in the bottom lane. He's doing a decent job. You know, he did have to go in suicide. He took too much damage from Miposhka because he did go for the Rocket Flare to get that range creep. But do you then rotate the clock up, or do you try to rotate the Chen down, I guess is the question, to make room for this Monkey Kick? What's the better solution here?
Maybe, I guess, Brood, I was going to say gank with the mid laner. Brood's not going to gank. Yeah, it's hard, actually. If they have, like, a conventional mid hero, it's very different. They can get some pressure in there, but yeah, I guess rotate clock up, try to get a good fight, exchange, kill the Grimstroke, that kind of thing. Here comes another top gank, Inkswell.
It's perfect. It's such a nice setup there. The Boundless is cute, but it doesn't do enough as Eknard also to fall.
And he got a last hit with the Stroke of Fate. It was beautiful.
Ah, you love efficiency.
It's 2 heroes, and he got a last hit, dude. Like, come on. It's really hard to
Purge is just going to call the game right
here,
clearly, you know?
I mean, playing ranged heroes as a 3, it's a fun time. These spellcaster heroes, like Grimstroke's already been proven to be effective as a core. If you buy the right items, he just does so much damage, and he can push lane safely. So if he gets a good laning stage, that's where Grim core becomes really scary, actually. And he's off to a really good start, 2 kills now. And Chen's not looking like the strongest hero to pick in this weird circumstance.
Well, like we said earlier, the draft was a bit peculiar, so they're probably a bit surprised by all this. You can see in the top lane, just the perfect setup there. Boundless came out, but they just had too much nuke damage, and in the back lines, down goes that creep. You love to see it.
Yep, there's just nothing he can do to stop that. So 2 null talismans and a boots of speed on the Grimstroke, so he's going to have a lot of mana and sustainability here. Stunning for the bounty, doesn't quite get it. They do have Orb of Corrosion.
Does have to be careful here, though. So Bag being chased after, does have that Spike Carapace, buys himself a little bit of time. Not quite low enough, though, to have Roshan give him the assist. So looks like he's happy, though. He's wasted their time. He's placed a ward. And he's going to just scooty booty back on over.
Yeah, not bad. Pretty easy Spike Carapace there, but used effectively. And then what's happening in the meantime? Grimstroke is becoming the scary ghost man that he's always wanted to be. He's queuing up the E-Blade. They are ready to do this.
I don't think
so. In some ways, like picking the Grim early and being like, "Hey, this is our core." It looked really straightforward, right? Because then Empire's like, "Oh, well, we're just gonna brood you mid and you're gonna lose." But then they're like, "JK, it's a 3," and it actually like has just given them this a beautiful lane setup because they already knew what the enemy safe lane was. So like because the enemy safe lane was so revealed in the first 2 picks, they got to spice up this cool idea. And now they're gonna have an E-Blade at like, I don't know, 15 minutes or something.
It's pretty wild to think about.
I mean, Monkey's 10 last hits behind Grimstroke right now. This is not good. Monkey's supposed to win lanes. They're going on him again.
Setup, yeah, Inkswell.
Oh, he dodges it.
Dodge hit, but guess who else is here? It's Toronto Tokyo. He says everyone else had a chance to go and kill Smiling Knight. I want that opportunity too.
Perfect rotation. It would have been a little iffy if the Inkswell didn't do damage. He might have been able to get Jingu's back, but with the Quap rotation, ultra easy kill. Coddle is also already to defend mid, so they don't even lose that much despite this catapult being here. Great rotation. 4-0 game right now. Good luck to Monkey King. See if he can get some kills to catch up, but right now he is playing from a bad place.
They do have the clock in position, but Toronto Tokyo is stuck around. They do have the vision. They know he's here, so they should be able to hide. Yeah. You gotta just run away here, guys. What are you doing? You had a ward. You know what's coming. Just get a little bit of that damage to game, but still. They'll find the opening, turn back around. They've got their eyes on Eknard. It looks like Collapse, though, is taking a lot of damage because they have another rotation from Petrachar, but that's how many heroes that have rotated up to this lane. Tokyo is absolutely fine here. Can just blink away. Oh, well, you know, doesn't have the TP up, but is going to try to get protected by the rest of his teams. Forced over to the high ground here. Miposhka doing everything he can to try to buy a little bit more time. Quap still ruptured over here. She needs a little bit more time. Does she have the blink? They're trying to deny. She gets away. But at the last second, maybe just a little bit too much left on her.
I think. Yeah, the earned damage cleaned him up.
Structures
well,
almost
okay,
made
they got the
though.
rotation at least, so they're even on net worth, but... Oh my god, that was so many numbers. Did you see it? Oh, he just stroke of faded all the spiders. There was legitimately like 20 numbers that popped up.
Yeah, he's making it rain.
How many last hits? He's got 77 last hits all of a sudden. That's all I need to say, guys. This is the first time he saw Brood all game. He's already got his Ghost Scepter. He's legitimately 2,400 gold away from having E-Blade. Like, this is going to be like a beautiful Grimstroke game.
You just cursed him by saying that. You know that, right?
I don't care. I don't think so. He's had a great... Look, he got basically like the... I'm just excited because I love these like ranged offlaners, but Clock maybe going to die
He is dead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No way he survives that. Yatsudo turns himself into his own little clock, though. Has a little fun cosplaying.
This is the fun thing about winning the lane so hard is like these 3 offlaners that carries typically can't contest you. Rupture top, though.
So Bad's taking a lot of damage. Does have the Inkswell on him, though, so they can't afford to really keep chasing, although the Inkswell is down, so they will be able to go and collect. There's a lot of focus in this top lane because they're trying to just secure Monkey King a little bit more here.
Yeah, they definitely need to. There's still a 1k advantage on the Radiant side, and they're still dealing with spiders okay here. But if Monkey keeps getting zoned like this and he doesn't get kills and his last hits struggle, then it's going to be a lot harder for him to transition. Like, they've got a Bloodseeker, but like that's their cores, right? It's like a Brood who usually isn't the strongest carry hero. They do some good things, but not amazing. And then there's a shotgun on the other side of the map. That's going to be amazing because it's going to have an E-blade instantly. So it's like, how do you... If Monkey King gets shut down too much, Bloodseeker's not going to be able to pick up the slack enough. And Broodmother probably won't be able to either. So they definitely need to stabilize this guy or kill Grimstroke like 3 times in a row now.
I mean, I'm just so surprised about the fact that, you know, they picked this Broodmother. They have so many elegant solutions to this. Collapse does have to be careful, though, because they are hot on his heels, so does have the Ink Spell. He's already sized. He's going to turn back around, try to get the stun. He needs help from the rest of his friends, though, as Petchar just chasing him down. Does have the Urn Charge. In comes the Nyx Assassin. He's going to be able to do anything. Toronto Tokyo jumping into the back lines. So it looks like they should be able to go get the kill on Collapse. They'll find a kill on Smiling Knight. And can they do anything else? They're just forcing so many rotations here, though. Toronto Tokyo says, yeah, I don't care that I'm in these cogs. I can just blink away. I can fill up my bottle. Everything is turning up real nice for him right now. And look at this Morphling. It's taken over the enemy triangle.
Gotten bounty runes too, so...
Denial on the tower.
Nice
Broodmother
deny.
can't even get that. Another fill up on the bottle. It's an Invis rune.
And he's got another bounty rune to heal back up to full, so perfect early circumstances here. Quap actually buying 2 Sage's masks, but then queuing up a Yule. So it looked like he wanted to get Orchid, but he may have changed his mind here. Maybe this is just like an early plan thing, but
Do you
maybe
like
he won't
that?
commit to it either.
Because I know a lot of the times if you're ahead, you want to be going for things that are more aggressive.
Usually yes, but I think he's recognizing correctly that if he just buys a Yule's, when his opponents go on him and they use like Rupture, then he just Yule's off the blood right that would hit him, and then he just like doesn't die.
Right.
Because that's like that's the easy look at how Empire fights. Like how can they poke it all? It has to be like Rupture, blood right. What's the follow-up? It's like Clockwork Hookshot only.
Smiling Knight just man fighting 2 monkeys over in the woods, and anything you can do, I can do better. Yatoro finds a kill. Another Rupture comes out onto Collapse, but he's bringing a lot of attention here. Toronto Tokyo is summoned up. Does have to be careful with the blood, right? The Stomp coming out from the creep will be able to get the kill onto Collapse. Seiyu taking a lot of damage. Hand of God comes out, but Yatoro gonna join in the fight here. Nice stop, though, coming out from these Centaurs. Seiyu, is he gonna be able to make it? Yes, he's gonna be able to duck away. Petchar is just gonna teleport out.
Not bad. And they're doing a good job pressuring the Grim. They're slowing down his E-Blade a little bit. He still only needs about 1,000 gold. So he will get there, certainly. But the other important thing is they rewarded the Observer Ward that was in lane, making him a little bit more survivable. But gotta wait about 10 seconds here to get this kill. But he's taking a lot of damage in the meantime.
Yeah, does have to be careful as he walks right into the Broodmother. Ooh, bad luck. Oh, look at that face. It's like,
Feels
oh.
so bad when you blink to safety, but it's really just a spider den like in Harry Potter, and then they kill you and make babies out of, you know?
I just
you know how
don't
that goes.
understand why they allowed that in the forest. Like, the headmaster has the ability to just make that not a thing, and he's like, just don't go in the forest, kids. It's easier that way.
Yeah, it's like health and safety standards in the good old days. There just weren't any. That's basically what happens.
Well, I guess they do live in an old-timey castle, so
Yep.
what are you gonna
What you can
do?
do about it?
You're gonna
Well,
die.
good little rotation
There's
for Empire,
a
though.
spider in the woods who just makes babies out of your body.
Yeah, and they've done a pretty solid job reacting. I mean, they've also pressured Monkey King a lot, so his net worth is not looking healthy. Ooh, I do not like to look at his net worth there. That feels real bad. He's like, I'm gonna start building my Maelstrom shortly, and in the meantime, everybody else is having an okay game on his team.
Well, I mean, that's
So-
kind of the thing where you have to trust, right? You have to trust that your team is going to be making the space for you so that you can feast later. It's going to be a
the
bit of a
problem-
time, though.
Is that outside of Primal Spring, he does not farm rapidly right now. Monkey King is certainly one of those heroes that expects to win his lane and then have free farm as a result, or at least be able to stick in his lane enough where he can then jungle with like advanced levels or a semi-farming item. But he did not get that this game because he got pressured so well in lane,
He doesn't have
and
a
because he
neutral
can't retreat to jungle. Did you say he had a neutral item?
No,
Wow.
he doesn't have a neutral item. Like,
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, +5 stats. That's gonna change everything.
No, but like some sort of neutral item, like if you could get like the possessed mask or something, you know, that would be very nice. But yeah, no.
It would help, yeah. But it's not going to like change the game compared
No.
to somebody like Morphling, who already has Morbid Mask and can sit on 155 base damage. You know, like Morphling's just always going to jungle infinitely faster. So, I mean, the map is well controlled because of Brood. They've got Diffusal on Brood. He's working on a BKB. So he's certainly going to be a headache in team fights because especially if he can get his BKB at a good timing. Then he doesn't have to worry about Grimstroke ulti. But if they can get E-Blade and start fighting with Grimstroke and they don't have BKBs yet, then Empire's in a lot of hurt because they're just going to start getting blown up. Like, the only thing not going well for Team Spirit right now is that they're getting this E-Blade so stupid fast that Morphling only has 1 point in Adaptive Strike right now. So their combo's not going to quite hit amazing just yet, even though a lot of... I'm just kidding. They have so much magic damage. If they just E-Blade 2 heroes, they're dead. Like, these fights are going to go real good for Team Spirit if they can get the E-Blade in the right place. And Grimstroke's got it. He's 80 gold away.
He's creeping.
Unless he dies right now.
Well, looks like So Bad doing a little bit of scouting. Would be happy to help assist in any sort of pick-off here. Top lane, lots of pressure being placed on the tower. You can see the teleports are going out. Wasn't able to go and cancel any of those TPs, but looks like Spirit, they'll just back away. They said, all right, we gave it a little poke. Feeling good. So Bad, though, still over here on the side. Manages to land Spike. Carapace is going to try to chase after Petashari. Still around here. There's the E-Blade that we talked about with the Inkswell, the silence, everything. And the Atos just needs one more hit to do the trick. Okay, maybe 2, but
Yo,
down he goes.
So dirty. Nyx literally did nothing other than spike Carapace the Blood Right and then stand there. He could have killed him so easy. Now, I saved his ulti. And yeah, there's the E-Blade finish. And now he's 700 gold towards a Blink Dagger too, to actually make his combo. Grimstroke's still not skilling his ulti, interestingly. Really wants to get his Phantom's Embrace leveled up, I suppose. And now they're pulling for a fight.
Yeah, So Bad's going to get held into place by this clockwork, and the Bird Mother's on her way. So that's a Spike. Carapace is going to try to run out. Not going to be able to, although it was a beautiful impale. This is going down. Smiling Knight in the top lane. He can't even get the Boundless off. They just murder him.
Dude, they're taunting him. Did you see that?
They threw down the chicken, you know, they're throwing down everything here.
I mean, he E-bladed him, he Phantom's Embraced him, he can't break the Spirit, and they just ran in circles. He didn't cast any other spells he could have. The Chen Heal almost saved him, but technically he baited out Chen Heal doing that, so it was actually kind of cool. And now the pressure finally comes. They got the items. Grimstroke's just going to sit behind, doesn't want to get initiated on. If Clockwork finds him, it's bad news for Team Spirits. That's what they got to aim for. Kill Grimstroke, don't let him do a good combo on somebody.
The value of the Keeper of the Light and just being able to recall people is just so incredibly good.
Oh yeah. And mana on Grimstroke too. Boy, all of his heroes really.
Yeah.
Just keeps them all ready to fight.
Truly an enabler. All right, well, gonna have a skirmish breaking out very soon. Or not, they just turned around and said, yeah, I don't want this. Okay, cool, guys. I think that's the right call, honestly. Yeah, look at this. The silence, stroke fate, slow motion. Cool, guys, don't look at explosions.
Yeah. It was really close. Almost gets him. And the Chen heal, and then he's like, all right, it's over.
Playing with your food, right?
Yeah, and that's what they're doing now for sure. They're just waiting for good circumstances. They don't want to get these creeps on top of them, basically. Creeps are certainly very good against a hero like Grimstroke, like these low movement speed, kind of squishy int casters. He gets the creeps on him, that's a lot of disables. Somebody's going to follow up and you're going to die. So they're just looking for good circumstances because they know as this game continues, with as much as they shut down the Monkey King, it should be fine as long as all three of their cores are still hitting creeps. So really good position for Team Spirit in this game. It's going to be, they have to execute really poorly to lose this game, I think.
And again, you can see the power of having this this Keeper of the Light. He plays top with the rest of his team, and at any time he can bring Toronto, Tokyo, or Yatoro in. Getting closer and closer to the Orchid as well on the side of this Queen of Pain. Smiling Knight just trying to get whatever he can out of his own jungle, but he definitely does not feel good. The Bloodseeker ahead of him in terms of CS. And this Brood Mother, haven't seen her very often.
That's Brood. You basically just sit mid, you kill creeps, and then you do jungles nearby. I like how many sentries, there's his movement pattern. Spent a little bit more time in his jungle than normal, but that's because they're losing the game a little bit, so a little harder to get around there. He doesn't want to get ganked on the enemy side of the map. But I do really like the sentries that Caldo's been committing to the top lane. By making sure there's no wards here, it's really easy for him to stay here by himself to pressure out these lanes. And by doing so, they're just committing a 5-position hero to defend the offlane tower. And then everybody else on his team gets to now threaten the rest of the map, which basically just completely restricts what Empire can farm. They can't invade the enemy jungle. They haven't killed the safe lane tower. They killed mid, but like it's not very safe to go deep mid. So they've actually created this like really good circumstance where Empire's restricted to like 40% of the map, and Team Spirit just gets more.
I also just feel like if you haven't taken the mid tower and you have a Brood Mother, everything is going horribly, horribly wrong. She does have it.
I mean,
so thank goodness.
they got the mid tower. They did get the mid tower. Did you mean the safe lane tower or the off?
No. I was saying, like you were saying, the only tower that they did get, and I was saying, if they didn't get that tower, then something's definitely wrong because you need to at least have that at this point. Sorry, my phrasing might be a bit off, but oh, all right, little sidestep here coming out from the Clockwork. No big deal though. They're just gonna go farm up this creep wave instead. Do have the BKB though online for the Broodmother, so do you think we're gonna see her start to get more active?
It's really hard. Like the hero just does not work very well as a ganking hero. It's almost always like you do really good mid, you get some kills, maybe you pressure. Wow.
Why are you showing his shame? Guys, please leave the poor guy alone. He's been on point for all of the other impales.
Orchid is up on Quap, and she finds Fan Brace as well, which is pretty cool. Lots of spell amp now on her.
Hook shot coming in hot for So Bad, so it looks like they should be able to go and get a pick off. Collapse is here, actually. So they still have that T1 bottom, and they made some moves.
Very hard for them to run into this, and Coddle's recalling somebody.
Yep,
oh, he pulls Grimstroke to the top lane.
Yep.
Hoping to get a kill, I suppose.
Well, he's in danger. He's not as slippery as a Queen of Pain, right? Queen of Pain can just blink away, no problem. So to say, all right, there's a lot of danger down here. We're going to move you to the top. And yeah, look at this movement coming out from the side of Empire now.
Yeah, they're finally feeling comfortable to go be aggressive. Monkey King is getting a little closer to his BKB, so he's definitely accelerating here. Pop in position in case she needs to initiate. Yeah, they're giving it up. Most likely. Yep, he's going to TP and go somewhere else, but instead, this is really cool. Instantly Glyph, instantly Roche. Their opponents know that this is happening, but can they pivot already?
They're trying to pivot. They're not going fast enough, though. Look at this.
Bloodseeker TPing. It's going to be close. They get Clockwork here.
All right, BKB coming out from this Broodmother. She's going to try to go get the final hit. It's going to go to the Dire, and it is the Aegis going to the side of Broodmother. Yatoro just getting munched apart. I don't know what's happening. The monitor's going crazy, but it looks like maybe can they land it? No. Another kill now coming out for the Broodmother, as the rest of the team on the side of Spirit forced to just run away.
What a huge steal from Broodmother. That was absolutely game-changing. Steals Roche.
Oh, they turn back around, though, with the E-Blade and the Silence. They should be... No, Hand of God comes out. It's just a little too scary. Nope, there it is. There's a Stroke of Fate coming at the last second.
Swap's still sitting here.
They don't know.
Oh, they spotted Quap.
Yeah, the flare they see here now. Monkey King looking for an opening.
They see Clock.
I don't know.
He's going to be in trouble.
They're going to get baited into this. They need to be very, very careful. As Toronto Tokyo does have the blink, is forced to run away. Smiling Knight standing over on the tree line, keeping tabs on everyone. And they know that they can bring in the Morphling if they want to. And look at that. He's back. He's ready to go. And Empire looks like they're just going to walk away now.
Okay. Buys them some time. No Aegis on the Radiant team, but... It's incredible they're able to get that done with just Brood running in like that. I mean, his damage is pretty high, but I'm surprised he was able to get it. I think Monkey King? I don't remember. Clock wasn't there. That's all I know. So it's really surprising they were able to contest it and steal it. But I guess the damage of the Team Spirit draft is a little bit weak. It's basically just Morphling right-clicking with some nukes.
Well, it was funny because the Broodmother just literally walked in and kind of ignored the other heroes a little bit. Just went straight to Roshan, hit Roshan, picked up the Aegis, and was like, I don't know, just like, hey guys, what you doing? I'm going to do it too.
Yep. And then they killed Morphling. Yeah, it was pretty much perfect. But Morph is still getting decently farmed. Triple core is looking good. Bloodseeker transition into a Spirit Vessel and a Rod of Atos, which is definitely solid, but as the game goes on and BKBs come out, Bloodseeker's going to feel more useless. So, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to have impact.
Feels like he's a bit of a feast or famine kind of hero recently, because we've been seeing a lot of this offlane Bloodseeker, and if he takes off, it looks really nice, and if he doesn't, he's just kind of there. Bottom lane, though, they're making moves on this tiny little Clockwork. Sonic Wave comes out, and down goes Seiyu.
Might as well. And yeah, he's a little feast or famine, but he is playing well. His KD is good. Ooh, they don't caught him
here. It's a little bit off the mark. The Impale does connect, though, and collapses here with the E-Blade following up with a very nice Meteor Hammer, just knocking him back again. Down he goes. Monkey King showing up, as is the Broodmother, but they've already lost their comrade.
Two big pickoffs. First Clockwork didn't feel that great, but grabbing the Bloodseeker on the opposite side of the map is really good. He just can't defend himself with his items. Yeah, they have been patient. You're right.
Just sitting up there the entire time. And yeah, you know, the
Monkey
character
goes in.
wasn't quite. Oh, Monkey King. All right, the
missed
BKB comes out, though. He can turn this right back around over to Collapse because, again, they are mostly this magic damage. But he's just not able to find him. Jumping up, trying to find out. The blink comes forward, pays off for Collapse because this Monkey is alone in the woods and he can't find anyone to hit. BKB is down, so is his ultimate. You're happy with that if you're Team Spirit.
Yeah. They're doing such a good job poking like this. It's really difficult for Empire to react to this. Can't help but think that maybe Clockwork should have been in this area, but they must have been somewhere else doing other things.
Radiant are scanning.
Morphling now gets to pressure the tower. BKB's down on the Monkey King, so very likely that Empire is not going to want to commit to a defense here, but Spirit's got to be slightly careful. Morphling's a little vulnerable still, doesn't quite have his Scotty finished, and outside of blasting creep waves, Morphling's the only tower hitter, so...
The rest of the team isn't here, though. They're just trying to make things happen in other lanes. Yeah, so they could definitely take this tower.
Until the BKB comes. And no, not necessarily. Glyph always buys you at least 30 seconds here, which it has now.
Yep.
Morphling might tank this a bit.
I think it's perfectly fine tanking it. Look at this, just ripping down the building. The demo doesn't cancel out of South, but, you know. Agnum Scepter now completed for the Broodmother.
Okay. So now he's got the mobility that'll make his right-click damage a little bit stronger. He didn't go right-click talents, though. Went typical spellcasting stuff. Going spider attack damage now, so Ags will be good, especially with the extra nets. But, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do enough.
Oh, the setup is here, though. They do have the BKB. Sonic Wave will do a decent amount of damage, but the Clockwork hopping on in from downtown here. Tokyo has to run away. Looks like the next Assassin's going to be able to walk out. Look at that Soulbind, though, together. The BKB is going to have to come out from this Broodmother, but you can't grab anyone. No one is able to go and slow them down again. Clockwork, they've got their eyes on it. It's going to go right past those cogs into the Monkey King ultimate, and it's not looking super great now for the Morphling, but he's able to skirt around the other side. It's going to be the Rupture plus that Vessel charge, taking a decent chunk of damage. Toronto can only do so much here as the Yules comes out. They buy him just a bit more time, and he's able to go walk away from this. Turning back around again, E-Blade's going to get you so bad on the back line. Does manage to go and land that Impale. Blood right down on the ground, though. It's not looking great. Oh, they sidestep it, though, so easily as they take that Whipblade. He doesn't have the BKB up any longer. And now, again, Toronto looking for this opening. The jump forward from Yatoro. He wants to finish off Smiling Knight. Can they do it fast enough, though? They've got a Scotty online. Oh, my God, look at that damage. Petashada running away as Toronto waves at him and says, you know, come on back anytime. Love to kill you.
Oh, he's just turning into Bloodseeker, giving himself like 150 attack speed and 30% spell amp and just killing people at this point. They put him in a bad spot with the Rupture, but the wave TP was excellent, and they instantly recalled him too, so it didn't even like take damage out of their team fight. They're just poking and prodding so effectively against their opponents. Like, Brood pops BKB and he's fast and stuff, but like, who's he kill? They've got Force Staff on Keeper. The Light, Poshka's been using his items amazing. They just cover each other really well and force their opponents to overcommit, and then they get to punish them on the retreat.
It's a much cleaner game of Dota this time around, coming out for the side of Team Spirit.
Yeah, it really is.
Bashar just going to face
Paladin
make
sword.
a little of that.
Little Paladin sword for the Morphling as well, just to keep his survivability up.
You do have the Spirit Vessel, though. It has done a decent chunk of damage to him.
He ends up committing a Titan Sliver anyways. Way more damage. It's like a 50 damage item on Morphling, and stats resistance against Rupture is great. Magic resistance against Spirit Vessel and other things is good too. So pretty happy on the Team Spirit side.
Oh, Eknart? Yeah, look at that. He's got to be so careful. Bloodright does get placed down. Still a lot of damage. Oh, the Illuminate from Maposhka. Toronto now here does get Ruptured, the Soulbind off, but he's just going to BKB and step outside of it, and there's nothing that this Monkey King can hope to do. Gimblade now has his eyes over here onto Maposhka. Yatoro, though, he'll throw out one of these hits, turns himself into his own Broodmother as he turns right back around again. They're just kiting him left and right. This Broodmother is just not super effective, and the same thing with the Monkey King. He's just having no luck.
Brood just needs to be able to control the game more and be like a threat that can like add damage
How, though,
almost
Purge?
any gank. Well, you need allies that can like set things up where Brood is kind of close by. Ooh.
Silence.
That creep's gonna pop.
He has to go and BKB himself.
He didn't actually have to at
fun.
all. They just baited him. That's why they're tipping. They knew they weren't committing to that, but they got him to pop BKB. Man, they are just in their opponent's heads with
They're
this play.
styling on him right now. Toronto Tokyo being a creeper in the trees, waiting for anyone to show up.
Just always ready to go.
Always ready. Nice impale here. Hook shot, though, coming in hot from this Clockwork, followed up with the Boundless. So they do manage to find themselves a kill. Yatoro turning himself into his own Clockwork and throw down the cogs. Just buy them a little bit of space, but it feels like they don't actually want to walk away here. In fact, they jump forward again. They have the Monkey King. Smiling Knight. It doesn't matter that BKB. They have too much damage. Toronto Tokyo just absolutely blows them up. Has enough mana here to go and blink away. Did he drop an item?
What do they
during that,
do? What can they do? This is so hard.
I feel like I just watched Yatoro drop an item during that fight. Not sure.
Man,
He
they can do almost anything they want. When you're carry BKBs and they still die that fast for like physical damage, there's a net worth disparity that's really hurting you.
Run, Maposhka, run. Poor staff, he's gonna teleport out. The hook shot comes in hot though, so they will be able to finally take down that pesky Keeper of the Light.
Their wards are helping because basically all that Team Spirit is doing is controlling these two jungle areas, the Dire Tri-Camp and the Dire Safe jungle. This is what they're doing to make the game look easy. And as long as they don't get picked off too much like Coddle just did, then everything should be fine for Team Spirit as they keep compounding their advantage here. But as time goes on, they get more and more initiation items, and it just becomes a lot harder for Empire to punish these guys.
BKB online now for Yatoro. Even more difficult to pin down this guy.
Butterfly queued up for Morphling. He's just starting it now, but once he gets that, I don't know how he dies anymore. It's a lot of right click on the enemy team that'll set that up. Claps no Force Staff, a little vulnerable top, but nobody else in the area, so now they're keeping an eye on Roche. Roche is gonna respawn in 2 seconds here, and they might get vision of this. No, they did not. The Rocket Flare timed out a little too early. Nerf to Clockwork right there, lowering his win rate.
Unplayable.
They do.
No.
They do ping it though.
Well, I'm sure they have a general idea that it's going to be coming up, so.
All right, they know. They threw a spider into it. Cool. Suicide to Roche. Little spider snack.
An offering to the Roshan monster, like, hey, maybe, you know, maybe you'll let us kill you again. What do you think? But smoke coming out from the side of Empire. They're ready to fight. They're looking for any sort of pickoff so they can secure themselves this roast advantage. You have to be careful. The Maposhka, again, though, is very, very forward, so it looks like he is probably going down here. They have the E-Blade fall. The hookshot doesn't quite land, but Complete will be able to find the kill. As now they'll invade over to the triangle. Yatoro already realizing he just cannot be here anymore. Is that enough, though, to secure them the Roche?
I mean, it's going to be a lot because Coddle gives you really good vision over Roche, so they're just going to all in on this. And they are going to be able to take it, it looks like. He doesn't have buyback on Maposhka. He just bought out his Blink Dagger. So, very big that they were able to interrupt his escape.
Oh, and a double damage room. BKB coming out. Look at this spider. She can't stand toe-to-toe to him. She's forced to run away, Purge. Over on the side, Clockwork all stunned up with the Meteor Hammer coming down. He's got to fall. Smiling Knight, he's got his BKB. Look at this damage, though. It is disgusting. He can't even get his ultimate off. As down he goes. The chase is on. The spiders are just trying to flee for their lives now, leaving their mother all alone. This poor Bloodseeker, he is going to be the next one to fall as they just wait a little longer. Down he goes. And now this Chen, he is silenced up. He's impaled. They're clicking away on him. And down goes the Chen.
That's some beautiful art right there.
That
so ready to taunt. And they got Aegis, right? Yeah.
That double damage rune just showing up at that time. It was go time. There was no like hesitation from Yatoro there.
Yeah, that's a big
wild.
moment when the enemy carry just gets 280 damage for free right before a really crucial fight. Definitely not fun.
Definitely.
Brood Mother's BKB gets wasted, and then he just can't go in and fight because he's going to get controlled.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Too much damage coming out of this Morphling.
The power of being ahead. It's very strong.
It is indeed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Beautiful 60 damage from his neutral item right now. Titan Sliver Morphling. It's so good. He's almost got his own E-Blade now. Good for him. They just completely control the map, pushing out all lanes. Almost none of their heroes are vulnerable at this phase. Nyx is maybe the most because he doesn't have a Force Staff yet, but...
He does have a Force Staff. It's coming.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. It's getting better and better.
Amazon Prime, man, it's on the way. If you had DHL, it would have been there a lot faster, but you know.
That's true.
A little bit of play, though, around this triangle area. Yeah, throwing his weight around a little bit. Gonna just say hello to Gwynblade, who immediately walks away. Oh, that stroke of fate is just so good. The E-Blade comes out. Will spook the spider a little bit. Over on the side, oh, the Meteor Hammer coming in. Toronto Tokyo's here. Yatoro just blows him up. And now there's the man fight. You can't man fight this man. You cannot man fight this Morphling. What are you doing? Turn back around. They've got Clockwork right here. That's a double kill. Smiling Knight. You got to get out of there, buddy. The GG gets called. They know. They just can't anymore.
They got a lot of barracks left, but that felt like a GG moment for